morning, folks. This morning the soap's going to be from Lee Soapworks, Grand Havana. The texture of the soap is a pretty firm puck of soap there. It's pretty hard. Barely be able to push your finger in it. Really nice scent. I'll have the scent profile down below. I'm going to follow the shave up with Yulay's Cognac Cubans. Got the lather whipped up here in a Sarbacci bowl, and whipped it up with a this is a vintage fuller brush, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the knot might be original. I know it's not of a color of, I guess you might say, of recent history. In other words, most knots that you see nowadays that are boar or badger, as far as that goes, are not the color of this knot here. And I don't know if you can see down in there what that color looks like. I know this brush has not been refurbished or anything like that, because it's got a few gouges on it, and when I bought it, of course I bought it used, and it had some paint on it. I have no idea what they were doing with that brush, but anyway, seems to work pretty well, so I just left it alone the way it is. I'm going to be shaving with a Focus Slim, and the blade of the day is going to be a Perma-Sharp pre-cut blade. This is a pretty light shaver. If I remember right, it's less than an ounce in weight. Very well balanced. Watch a video on it, you know, they'll show you it's got a really nice balance to it. Might be one of the best balanced ones out there. Already put a hot towel to the face and the bloom water. It's a routine that I normally go through. And this knot, I've tested this brush, in other words, used it to lather up some soaps to give it a good run to see how it works for me. And this knot doesn't do too terribly bad when it comes to whipping up the lather. It does it pretty much in short order. It's a little bit taller than most. Definitely a good one to be able to paint with. And it's got just enough to it that, in other words, lathering is not an issue. Go ahead and get started here. Weather's been kind of strange. You have a high of 60, and then a few days later, then we got back up in the 80s again, so it's giving my nose fits. I was watching Russell's video, and he was talking about how he whips up his lather. When he's shaving with a Shavette. And he was realizing that if you whip it up a little bit on the wet side or moist side, that it gets better glide. Because with a thicker lather, it has a tendency to want to pull your shaver closer to your face. Realize not everybody may have the same experience, but it is interesting to hear somebody experience the same thing that I was first experiencing when I first started out. That it just seemed like you just suck it right down next to your face and made it kind of difficult to use. I think another thing that makes this shaper pretty easy to use is you can see how that's beveled right there towards the blade, and for it makes it a whole lot easier to use. Easy to find the angle that you need and maintain it. My wife started a new job here recently, and she has some interesting hours. She has to be at work at her shift starts at 4:45 in the mornings. She's an RN, and she should be leaving here in a moment. And she gets off from near the 1 o'clock time frame, so she still has a good part of her. Bye, sweetie. Told you she's leaving. Those are some odd hours. Getting off around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Still got the rest of your day. I'm not too sure if I'd know how to act. That's some pretty good hours. But she is going to have to work this Saturday, so that she hadn't had to work a Saturday in quite a while. Matter of fact, I'm not too sure if I'm going to know how to act, since it's been so long since she's had to work a Saturday. Guess that means I can watch shaving videos and not be given a hard time about it. That, or I know somebody that can relate to this, or being dragged to the store shopping for shoes. Smells great. Against the green pass. I might be considered typical when it comes to shopping. I pretty much just, I do my browsing, or I guess you might say research, fact finding online before I go buy. So when I get to the store, I get what I want and then I get out of there. And or I spend a lot of my money online. Grocery shopping's a little bit different, and even that's changing. The Walmart near us, you can order your groceries online, and Show up there and they'll have them ready for you to pick up. Haven't tried that just yet. We're always forgetting something on the list, even though we write it down. There's always something we'll realize once we get there that we need. Or didn't know that we need. Especially this time of the year, Halloween. I guess Skittles got a special kind of candy out for Halloween. Never would have known it if it wasn't for my son telling me about it. This past weekend we went to, matter of fact, we went to 2 different shoe stores. Not a lot of fun. There's always hordes more shoes for the ladies than what there are for the guys. Yesterday, don't know what I did there. Don't know if I was trying to get some, that was a pimple. Didn't even really realize it until a little bit later in the shave, and it started bleeding. It's kind of odd because I normally know when I nick myself, and it's been quite a while since I nicked myself on my cheek, so I kind of figured that must have been what was going on. Something was trying to come out there and I just knocked the head off of it. It's not bleeding today, but you can still see that it's there. Yesterday's shave went rather well. This shaver is really easy for me to use. Like I said, I can find the angle pretty easy. Maintain that angle throughout my shave. And even with it being as light as it is, it doesn't give me a hard time like it was when I first started with the Classic Samurai. Boy, I struggled with that in the beginning, being so light. Now it's not a problem, but boy, when I first started. And even now I still prefer the something with some weight behind it. This is the shaver here is I really like this one. It's very surprising considering how much I like the heavier ones that's got some weight behind it. This first time you watch one of my videos, it's not uncommon for me to turn red on the sides there. It's just I guess you might say the makeup of the way my skin is. It could be like that late in the evening. I just turn red. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of stinging right there. Matter of fact, it's still a little tender. Like I said, I didn't even realize I'd done anything. Because that's, for me, that's one of the easiest places to maintain your angle. So I know something was trying to pop up there, and I just knocked the top of it off, and boy howdy. It didn't bleed real bad. It stopped bleeding by the end of the shave, but there for a while I was starting to wonder about it. I hadn't used a styptic pencil in quite a while. Which is also, I should mention, I appreciate everybody watching my videos, and I would be coming out with a video about the 7 sins, and I've been tagged by 3 different people, so that makes me feel good. Still a little tender right there. I think it must be a pimple trying to come up. This Humphreys Witch Hazel's, that scent, it's just there for a moment, just enough to let you know that it's there, and like I say, then it's gone. I don't even smell it on my hand anymore. This is Van Yulay's Cognac and Cubans, and like most of her aftershaves, you want to give them a good shake before you get started. Can't tell I've had this one for a little while. It is one of my favorite aftershaves when it comes to tobacco. I like the scent on it. She's got a few more that are tobacco related that I have that I do like. Matter of fact, I probably got about 4 or 5 more. And I also got the aftershave balm in this scent also. Couldn't help myself that day when I ordered all that. I had tried some of her samples of her balms, and I like the scents. It's not, I wouldn't say strong, but the scent is present enough to how can you say, satisfy the nose, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can that's what the knot looks like. To me, I think it looks kind of vintage, because that color, I don't know if the light might be washing it out. It's I guess you might say a little bit on the tan side, brown. In other words, it's not like what you typically would see nowadays in a modern day knot. So I don't think it's been reknotted of recent history. But this first got it, lost maybe 3 or 4 bristles out of it, but that was it, and it's been holding up ever since. It's I say it's a pretty decent sized loft there. Lathers up just fine, so I'm leaving it as is. I got another brush that Frank from Strike Gold Shave, he reknotted and restored it for me, and that brush looks nice, but I think I'm gonna keep this as just like it is for a while. Works well for me. Had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well, and I do appreciate everybody watching the videos and commenting. It does mean quite a bit to me, because I never thought I'd have as many subscribers as I do. And everybody stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.